Hey guys, back to you with Buck's Bass Fishing. It's 25, probably between 25 and 30 degrees outside, and I just got my first 2019 bass. It's January 2nd. This fish was super close to shore. It just completely destroyed a small little jig. There it goes. Nice fish. I'll get back to you with some more. So this is the bait I just caught that last fish on right here. It is a tiny little micro black jig because the water is dirty right now with a Buck's Custom Lures Finesse crawler on the back. And I just cut that in half. And basically I'm just casting this out. I think this is 1/16 ounce or maybe even smaller, like 3/32, but that slow falling action is what they really want right now. They don't want any moving baits or anything. It's just super slow. Just hooked up with my second fish right now. That fish was pretty close to shore, just like the last one. I'm surprised how healthy these fish are for this time of year. Sometimes I go to ponds and they're super skinny. Wow. Super healthy. I'm using 2-pound tests right now, so I gotta be really careful with these fish. It's a nice fish, wow. Oh. Nice winter bass right there. Got that little jig right there, right in the front of the mouth. Just popped out. Solid little, probably 1.5 pounder. I am not complaining at all right now. It is so cold out here. And if you look behind, half this pond, more than half of it, 75% of it is covered in ice. I'm literally fishing about 30 by 30 yard area of just open water right now. This is crazy. There it goes. So basically right now for my setup, I'm just using a small Shimano Sienna. I think this is a 500, and I was actually planning on ice fishing soon, but this weather's just been so cold in northern Illinois, so I got 2-pound test on that, going super finesse today on these fish. And I'm just slowly jigging it and then just letting it sit on the bottom. They seem to be really liking that. Got one. There we go. Got one. That fish was only about 10 feet from shore, and it still bit. That's so crazy. This bite is really, really good right now for January. I don't even think I've ever caught an open water January bass before. Now I just caught 3. Crazy. Oh my gosh. Another solid fish. There we go. I mean, these fish aren't too big right now, but getting on any fish right now is just an amazing feeling. Beautiful, beautiful fish right there. There it goes. I can't believe this. These fish are so active right now. The sun's not even out or anything to help the bite. But they're still biting. For anyone who watches John B's videos, this is actually one of his ponds, so I knew it would produce some fish. There we go, got one. Got another fish. This one feels much smaller. Smallest one of the day. Oh, it's a crappie. Oh my gosh. Crappie on a little jig right there. That's awesome. Little black crappie. That is so cool. Wow. Multi-species today. I would not have expected that at all. Probably about a 8 to 10 incher. I don't usually catch many crappies in Illinois, but that's one right there. Maybe that's why I got a couple missed bites before. They were just some crappie. Oh my gosh, fish right there. Just completely missed it. That fish probably followed it all the way up. Got it, yes. Nice bass, right there, right next to shore. I can't believe these fish are even next to shore like this. It's so cold. You'd think they'd be out deep, but they're not. Solid upper 1 pounder right here. I'm not complaining right now at all. Catching anything right now is just crazy. Oh. Nice, biggest fish of the day. Probably a 2 pounder. He must have swiped it, got him right in the side. Just another super solid fish. Got red lips, red crush plate. Nice. Nice bass right there. Gonna go for the release here. Oh, get back, buddy. Go back. He's probably a little confused. He's probably never been caught during the winter like that. When it's cold like this, fishermen just assume that the fish aren't gonna bite or the bite's not gonna be good at all. But if you have a small pond by your house that has open water in the winter, just go and fish it, because anywhere, even in northern Illinois, just got another one. Anywhere, there's bass that will be active in the winter, just like today. Even though it's super cold. Wow. Dude, these fish are fighting really hard for January. Sometimes I catch them and they fight like a wet paper bag where you're just dragging them in, but not today. Yes. That one choked it. Look at that. Choked it deep. Just another beautiful fish. None of these fish are skinny at all. They're all super healthy. Pretty thick, too. Just barely skin hooked that one. Right there. There it goes. Oh, went right back to shore. Get back. There you go. No one would ever think that you can catch a fish out of such a tiny little hole like this, but when there's no ice, I'm out here fishing, so I'm gonna keep getting to it. Got another one. Oh, it just came off. Dang it. That one was way out there, like right next to the ice. Another tip for winter fishing is when you're fishing a slow-moving bait like this, make sure to fish it all the way back to the bank, because some of these fish, I think they've been following it in, and then they bite it right before it gets out of the water, and that's why I've been hooking them so close to the shore. When they're really, really finicky like this, they'll do that, and I've seen it before with blade baits and other moving baits, but especially today. There we go. Got one. This could be a crappie. It's not fighting very hard. Oh, no. Now it just picked up weight. Lots of weight. Oh my gosh. This could be a 2 pounder. Oh no. Just another small one. That was probably the fish I missed a couple casts ago. Oh my gosh. Get in here. Ice cold bass right there. Beautiful fish. Again, just on that same little jig right there. They haven't wanted anything else but this. It's crazy, yeah. There it goes. One of the best tips I can give you is when you're fishing either really pressured water or really, really cold water, use baits that people don't normally use, like these tiny little jigs. It's just people don't use these very often, and then the fish don't see it very often either, and it just gets more bites, especially in freezing water like today. It's the ticket to success. I don't know what bait I would have used if I didn't tie this on, because I tried a blade bait earlier for about 5 casts and didn't catch any, so I assumed that wasn't going to work, and then I tied this on, and then boom, right away got some bites. There we go, got one. This one feels just like the others. Not too big, but still a solid fish. With this light line, I gotta loosen the drag a ton so I don't snap off. There we go. Solid. I forgot how many decent fish this pond had. These aren't even bad fish, especially for right now. They're not They're in between dinks and they're in between like semi-decent fish. Solid, right there. There it goes. Oh, now there it goes. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I caught a bunch of bass today, even though it was freezing outside. If you guys want to check out the bait that I used in this video, it's a Bucks Custom Lures Finesse Crawler. I'll leave the link in the description. I actually make these baits myself, and they catch so many fish. I'm so confident in them, especially like days like today, where they really just shine. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode.